Diane in Denmark here, rah rah rah. It is Wednesday, and I thought it's been a wee while since we had a wee chat, a question answer thing, so I'm going to do that today. Let me just get the timer started because, as I've said before, please, I know a lot of you like to binge watch videos and get motivation, but please either make sure that you're kind of working along with me, or maybe you're sitting right now at home and you've got laundry to fold, or maybe you're at the office and you can clean off your desk, tidy out a desk drawer, do some shredding, whatever it is. Please don't kind of get sucked into the internet or YouTube. It's great that you want to watch and all that, but I don't want you sitting on your bahookie all day. The aim of my channel and my videos is to give you a wee bit of motivation, help you to get going. And actually, on that note, I have to say it's been one of those weeks. I'm really dragging my feet this morning. I think it's a combination where we've had really heavy weather here, where we've got a heat wave again, and yesterday it was 30 degrees Celsius, and I can't remember what it is, but it's something like, it's in the like 90s, something like that, and we're dying from the heat. I've mentioned before, in Denmark we've got a temperate climate. We don't usually have these temperatures, so we don't have air conditioning and fans, and we've got a couple of fans that we can bring out when it's really hot weather and plug in, but we don't have ceiling fans and all of that going on. But we're coping with it. We're coping with it, and also I just haven't been sleeping this week, and it's a kind of combi. Anyway, you know what I always say, we're just going to put one foot in front of the other, and that's what I've been doing this week, just kind of pulling myself forward. And that's why I love having the Flylady routines, my getting things done lists, because I don't have to think, when I've got this kind of brain and body fog going on, I don't have to think. It's already planned out for me. I just have to look at my list and say, okay, what's next on the list? And as I mentioned before, that little trick, the Jedi mind trick, if you're having a really difficult day or difficulty getting started, or maybe you've got small kids who are around, and maybe you've got health issues, do the top of the hour trick, where you just say, okay, at the top of the hour, I'm going to set my timer for 5 or 10 minutes, do something, and then rest up, or play with the kids the rest of the hour. And then so you're just you're working your way through your day, you're advancing, but you're not pushing yourself too hard. Anyway, so that's what I should be doing. Anyway, let me just move in a wee bit closer. Anyway, at least I'm feeling nice and coolish this morning. This was the top that I showed you from the close-up party. I was showing you how I put together the outfits today, and I'm wearing it with some loose white jeans. Anyway, where should we start? Oh, there's a couple of questions, and I've got questions about various stuff, and also I want to tell you that about the 5k run that I'm doing tonight and what I've packed for that. Question that came up recently, which comes up again and again and again: how do you get your family on board with Flylady? Now, hands up if you've asked this question before, and hands up if you know what I'm going to say here. I'm going to say to you, please don't mention Flylady to your family. Unless you've got a really relaxed attitude to things. I know what it's like when you first find Flylady and you think, hooray, you've found the answer to all your troubles, and now things are going to be different, and now the house is going to be clean and you're going to be all organised. And we do that kind of overboard thing, and we read all the stuff about Flylady, and we can push it down everybody else's throats. You've got to kind of keep a little secret for yourself in the beginning. And just work on your basic routines, because I know you want to dive right into everything with zone cleaning and menu planning, and if you can just get the basics down, your morning routine, your evening routine, and get going with that. Don't worry about the family, and don't be all stressing if they're leaving stuff in the sink, because you know what, if you're honest with yourself, you've suddenly had the light switched on for you, but you're probably not being consistent either, and you can't expect the family to suddenly jump to attention because mum's got some new thing that she's trying out. Just be consistent yourself with things, and you can talk about it with us here, comment here on videos, and if you're in one of the Flylady Facebook groups around the world, something like that. But in the beginning, if I can just give you some advice, please don't go on and on at the family, and now they're going to do the, just be consistent with yourself first, and you will find that the family will say, oh, the place is looking nicer, or they'll notice what you're doing, and they actually follow on. Now, once you're a wee bit further down the line, of course, you can say if things are, annoying you, or, there's so many things, about the shiny sink. You clear off the sink after dinner, and, you think you're all done, and then the family will leave stuff there. You've got to, don't stress about it. If you're stressing about it because the sink is meant to be pristine, that's not the point of the shining your sink at the end of the day. For me, I see it as it's the end of my day. It's the little tying the bow on the day. I'm finished with my routines, and then after that, I get to relax, and I'm reading my book, or I'm watching TV. And if the family comes and puts something there, I couldn't care less. What I do say to them though is, and I'll remind them that if they've got stuff, it can go straight in the dishwasher, over there, or that, it would be nice if they could just kind of wash it up and put it away. If it's really annoying you, go ahead. And I know some of the ladies have printed out little signs saying, please keep this area clear, or, and actually put it in the sink. But in the beginning, please don't kind of ram the Flylady idea down your family's throats. And also, another question that came up this week, there was a comment, I think it was on a YouTube video. It was one of my older videos, because people are not just commenting on the new videos, but stuff that I did like 3 years ago. And I read everything that comes in. I can't comment on everything now, because I think I'm up at like over 30,000 subscribers, and also on Instagram, and I try and answer as much as I can, but I can't answer everybody. There was a comment came in, and she said, oh, it was about laundry, doing a load of laundry a day. And she said, well, she was just a small household, and she knew it wasn't she wasn't following the Flylady's rules, but she did it every third day. And I thought, please don't think that these Flylady things are rules. Marla, when she came up with the Flylady thing, and came up with some guidelines, she's just giving the basic guidelines and saying, the aim of doing the load of laundry a day is not to be doing, you must do 1 load of laundry a day, and you're not allowed to do more, and you're not allowed to do less. It's telling you, you've got to keep laundry on your radar. You can't let it build up, and you can't put it off. But when you do laundry, you do it from start to finish, and you get the job done. And then you get to decide how often you do the laundry. Because people ask me all the time, oh, when should I do this? And how many loads do you do? Don't worry about what I'm doing. You have to think to yourself, how many family members do you have? Do the kids do their own laundry? Does your husband work down a coal mine and is coming home, covered in soot every day? Are your kids maybe at the ages where, they're crawling around in the grass and in the dirt, and you need to do a big wash? Or are your kids teenagers who wear the same thing again and again and again? How many of there are you living at home? Do you have pets? It's all going to depend on that. Do you have a washer and a dryer? I've told you this before. We only have the washer. So all these things are going to affect it. So don't worry about what everybody else is doing. And please don't think that you're doing the Flylady system wrong. You cannot do the Flylady system wrong. The only thing you can do wrong is not doing anything. Okay, so please don't ever feel like you're not doing it like the proper Flylady way. You take the Flylady system and you adjust it to suit you and your family. I've shown you the Getting Things Done system, how I use that to keep me organised. I've got a whole playlist about it where I showed you how it works really well with Flylady. Getting Things Done system for me helps me take all the information that's in my head, everything that I need to get done, and how to organise that. Vis-a-vis the Flylady system, helps me organise everything that I need to done in the house, cleaning, decluttering, and how to organise that. So KonMari, you know, Marie Kondo, she's got fantastic ideas about storage. So you take the bits of the system and you put it all together in a big pot and mix it up, and you've got a delicious soup at the end of it. So see what I mean? You just take what you use, you need to use from each system, but don't be getting hung up in the details. Okay, just do what works for you. Okay, so that was some of the Flylady stuff that's come up recently. Oh, and I tell you, while we're on Flylady and Shinier Sinks, you all know the secret slob, you know, Steph, she's a really lovely girl. And Steph, the secret slob, she followed my Flylady's 31 days of chaos, you know, 31 days from chaos to clean videos, you know, the 31 baby step videos. I'll put them up there. They're really old now. I should really do some new ones at some point, maybe early next year. Anyway, she started her own channel, and she's gone from strength to strength, and she's a really nice Steph. I spoke to her last week, and her mum was here in Copenhagen in end of June. You may remember I did a little video with Steph's mum. And I gave a present to Steph's mum for her to take to Steph. And Steph did, she did a video the other day. Now you need to go and watch it. I'll put a link up there where she has redone her kitchen so that it works better for her. Remember, don't just, you know, if you've got stuff in your kitchen that's not working for you, you know, move it around. It doesn't have to be in a set place according to, you know, the magazines or the books that you read. Set up to suit you. Anyway, she did a really nice video the other day, and you can see the tea towel that I sent to Steph and the wee Danish bag. So go and have a look at that. That's really fun. And hopefully Steph and I will be doing a wee thing together very soon. We'll let you know. Anyway, what else have I got to do today? Yeah, I also get an awful lot of questions about how much exercise I do. I've got a whole playlist of health and exercise videos. Remember, I checked in with you 31 days of May, showing you what I do on a regular basis. And now, tonight, I'm going to be running a 5K run. Now, I haven't run a 5K probably in about 8 years. 8 years ago was the last time I ran an official race. Anyway, let me just grab my stuff. I was packing my bag. I'm biking into the place tonight, so I'm just getting my bike bag ready, and I'll quickly show you what I've got in it. I'm taking part in the DHL relay race. Now, the relay race is the largest relay race in the world, and anybody can take part, but it's usually, you know, firms and offices that put in teams, and it's a really great way to bond and fellowship and all that. And my ladies club, the International Ladies Club of Copenhagen, we've got a team this year, and I saw the pictures from last year and I thought, that really looks like so much fun. You know, the girls that, the ladies that I'm in the group with, they're really a lot of fun. So I signed up for it this year, and I've been running again every other day since November. I post on Instagram. And here's the link t-shirt. Isn't that a fabulous t-shirt? You know, race t-shirts, they're always so boring. Anyway, we've got bright pink ones, so we're visible. There are 50 ladies on our team tonight. There are 50 ladies participating. And this is the t-shirt. It's bright neon pink, so we can see each other. It's generally, this is a flag of Denmark, which is normally red with a white cross, but it's on the pink background. But it looks really fantastic, and I'm going to tighten a wee knot to make it a bit more stylish, and I'll be wearing my neon jewellery. Anyway, there are 50 of us participating, and I think half of us are running the 5K, and we also have the walkers, which sounds like somebody from The Walking Dead, but we've got walking groups in our ladies network, and they're walking the course this year. You can walk 5K or you can run 5K. And I love that we're all together. We're going to be in this big marquee. There are 30,000 people participating tonight. So that's why we've got the bright pink t-shirts, so we can spot each other. And I think over the course of the week in Copenhagen, because they run it in all the big Danish cities, I think over the course of the week there's 120,000 people participating in this relay race. So we're not running individually. There are some of the ladies who are actually running individually, but the aim is that you have the baton. Somebody goes first with the baton. You run the 5K, and then timer's off. I'll finish up now. And then you hand on to the next person in the group, and then when all 5 of you are back, then we open up the champagne and the crisps and all the snacks and have a really good party. We are running it in waves. Now, what does that mean? That means that we are running it in groups, so there'll be 6 of us running at a time. And that way we're kind of running together so that no man is left behind. So you can get a chance that we're all running as a group. There'll be 6 of us running, and then all 6 of us hand on the batons to the next one. And we're placed in groups where we're kind of like running at the same pace. And that way ensures that nobody's kind of running on their own, and we'll be running and chatting and laughing and probably singing. So I just love that thing of, it's fellowship. We're doing it together, and don't dare anybody ask the times and what the race times are going to be, because that's not the point. The whole point is just to get out, do some exercise, be with other people, and it's the fellowship thing, okay? It's not the, I ran the race in 12 minutes and 15 seconds. That is not the point for us. Anyway, I'll quickly go through what's in my bag. This is the bike basket that I have, which clicks onto my bike. You've seen my bike. And then you can just click it off and take it with you, when you go in the supermarket or whatever. Anyway, I'll be making up a bit of sports drink. There's plenty of water there and whatever. But my friend Sue, she's the one that does Ironman and all that. She gave me a really good tip ages ago for making your own sports drink. You just basically make up Ribena and add a wee bit of salt to it. That's a really great way. So I'll be filling up my old Flylady water bottle with that. There's only 5K, so it's not like I'm not running half marathon. I've got my running cap on. It's probably going to be about 28 degrees Celsius tonight and sunny. And I've got a wee note to myself. I've got a bottle of rosé wine chilling in the fridge. I need to remember to take that just for a go. And I've also got to look out like a flaming torch. You're allowed to take flaming torches or candles. There's it's a big festival atmosphere, and there's barbecues going and all that. So I'll look and see if I've got one in the garden shed. I'll be wearing my race t-shirt, and I've got some black shorts. They're not, I don't have any type 1 short shorts, but this will do for tonight, because it's going to be roasting. I'm not even going to wear my running tights. It's just going to be far too hot. But afterwards, we'll probably be partying until about 10 o'clock tonight. So I've got my little puffer jacket, which packs down. I'll be taking that with me, because I'll probably be a wee bit cold when I'm cycling home. I've just got some nuts, and I'll take some other crisps and sweets to share. They actually give you a picnic box of goodies, DHL. So we're looking forward to eating that once everybody is over at the finish line. I've got a wee bag with deodorant, sunglasses, all important my inhaler. I'll need an extra puff of that before I go. And a wee thing of perfume to freshen up. Remember, this came from Vibeka's mum. Oh, and some Tic Tacs. That's my little, keep myself looking good after the race. Oh, and I must remember to put in a comb. I'll remember that. And in this one, I've got a power charger. In case I run out of power on my telephone, I'll try and maybe film something. And my headset. That's that. Oh. And some Danish flags to stick in the food. And I think that's it, yeah. Oh, the other thing is I've got a wee bag here, and inside this one I've got a little, it's like a little hand towel, face towel. This is one that I bought in Japan on the first trip that we did to Japan, I think 3 years ago. And they're great. The Japanese carry these in their handbags all the time, because they're really great just for, if you're perspiring too much, or you need to dry off your hands when you've been in the toilets or whatever it is. So I'm taking one of those. And also, this is something I've had for years. I've had this since the kids were small. It's a wee bag in oilcloth material, you know, waxed, and it's a picnic blanket. And on one side it's cotton, and on the other side, look at that, how T1 is that? That must have been my inner T1 kicking in years ago. On this side it's wax, so you can put it down if the grass is a bit wet or on the sand at the beach, and then you can give it a shake off. So I'm going to be taking that. There are some benches and stuff that we can sit on, but we'll probably be sitting on the grass having our big picnic and enjoying our champagne. So anyway, I'm going to get the rest of my stuff packed. I'm going to check my getting things done list for today and see what is next on the agenda. And I shall suddenly pop up with another video. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, Wednesday's Anti-Procrastination Day in Flylady Land, if you're doing the daily focus. Daily focus, I'll put the videos up there. Daily focus, Anti-Procrastination Day, is there something you've been putting off? Have you handed in your tax returns? Do you need to phone the dentist? Nobody ever likes phoning the dentist. Do you need to get a haircut? I think that's another reason that I'm feeling kind of a bit slow this week. I'm overdue for a haircut. I won't be getting my haircut until next week because my hairdresser, she's on holiday at the moment. Imagine that, taking a holiday. And it probably doesn't look long to you, but as soon as it kind of gets heavy here, my energy starts to drag. So and especially this week with the heat. But anyway, maybe you need to make a hairdresser's appointment. Maybe you need to clean out underneath the sink. Maybe it's a bit grotty there. Just set your timer at 5 or 10 minutes and go do what you have been putting off. I've got one thing today. We've got plums in the garden. We've got cherry tree, apple trees, and the plum tree. The plum tree is the plums are, half of them are really ripe right now, and I need to get those into a bowl, and I'm going to decide what I'm going to do with it. I'll probably make some jam with it. So that's my AP task for today. Anyway, live long and prosper. May the Danish food be with you. Good luck to everybody who's running in the DHL run tonight. And remember, don't focus on the time. Just focus on being together. Okay, see you very soon. Bye for now.